Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Going for Two. I am Kejuannh Humphreys. And is it just me? Or does it feel like these NBA rookies are not playing like NBA rookies? I mean, it's maybe every now and then, every year, it's one or two guys that's starting out hot and they're looking like, okay, they're ready for the league, ready to go. But I have about 5 or 6 guys that I'm going to talk about in this video. 5 or 6 rookies that I'm going to talk about that are taking the NBA by storm and look like they've been ready to come to the big leagues and they've been showing out over their first couple of games. Before I dive into that, man, make sure to subscribe button. We're currently at 254 subscribers. The goal is 1,000 subs by this time next year, and I cannot do that without your help. So subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and share with your folks. Now let's get into it. Okay. We have 6 rookies that I want to talk about in this video. All these guys have started out really good. I'm not gonna overreact because all these guys are less than a week into their NBA careers. But what they've done over this week has been a really good sign of what they're going to be looking to the future. I think right now, the way the NBA is, there are a few teams that are just bad, poorly constructed, where these rookies have to be the top player on their team off rip. A lot of these guys are joining a team that's already built, that's already pretty decent, and they're just being another piece to the puzzle. Let's start off. Number one pick, of course, Cooper Flagg. I'm not going to spend too much time on Flagg because we know what Flagg is. We know who he is and who he was coming into the draft. Cooper Flagg averaging 16.7 points per game. He had 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists last night against the Toronto Raptors for the Dallas Mavericks' first win of the season. I think the big thing with Cooper Flagg was like just his versatility. I mean, they got Flagg playing point guard right now for them. And they're probably going to have him play point guard probably until Kyrie Irving comes back from injury, the way it's looking with them being quote-unquote shorthanded at point guard by head coach Jason Kidd. But the thing with Flagg is he's elite on the defensive end because he can switch everything. He has enough IQ and has the skill set to be a serviceable point guard. He's not going to get 1,000 assists, but he can bring the ball down the floor and set up the offense. And to me, I think the start that he had, the first game of the year against the Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, was a tough first start for anyone. Because Cooper Flagg is not a guy, he's an inside-out kind of guy. He gets hot going to the paint, and then that's when he opens the game up, starts knocking down those jumpers. But when you got 7'5", 7'17" Wembanyama in the paint, it's going to be tough to get a rhythm going to the basket. But after that game, he's looked really well. He looked good against the Wizards, the second game of the year, and then ultimately last night against the Raptors had his best game of his career so far. I'm looking forward to seeing how good he continues to improve over the course of this season, man. I think he's still head and shoulders going to be the rookie of the year just because of like the story and the narrative behind him. It would take someone being way better than him for the voters not to give him this award. But Cooper Flagg, man, to me, is still the best player in this draft, but we have to see. Moving to my second player, number 2 pick in the draft, Dylan Harper. He's averaging 16 points a game on the year, serving as one of the guys on the second unit for the San Antonio Spurs. Last night he had his first 20-point game as well, and he just looks good, bro. You know, I knew coming into the season, we knew coming into the draft, okay, whoever takes Dylan Harper is getting a point guard for the future. And the thing with the Spurs is they already got 2 point guards. They got De'Aaron Fox, who's out with an injury right now, and they got Stephon Castle, who won Rookie of the Year last year. But I'm not going to lie, I think Dylan Harper might be your best bet at being the point guard. You know, maybe not yet because De'Aaron Fox is still, I would say, one of the upper half point guards in the NBA. But I think he's better suited to be that on-ball orchestrator than a Stephon Castle because that's what he was in college. Stephon Castle wasn't really the point guard per se at UConn in college, and he didn't really play too much of it last year until guys went down. But Dylan Harper, son of NBA legend Ron Harper, he's been bred to be the point guard. And we saw it last night. He's just so good at getting downhill, getting to the basket. He's so crafty around the basket. Dylan Harper is the guy. And I think giving him a weapon like Wembanyama is gonna make his development so much better. And then guess what? It's gonna make Wembanyama better as well because he has a guy that a floor general passing the ball to him. It's gonna be absolutely great, man. I love it. I love Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's one of my favorite players coming out of this draft for sure. Number 3, we have, of course, VJ Edgecombe. It will not be an NBA rookie video without talking about VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe had 34 points in his debut. He's averaging 24.5 points right now. 34 points in debut. He had 18 points, I want to say, in the second game of the year. I think the thing with VJ Edgecombe is that he has so much opportunity. He might have the most opportunity out of these rookies, maybe except for a Cooper Flagg. But they've essentially just said, hey, VJ, go out there and hoop. Go out there and hoop, bro. He had 26 shots in his first game. And then he came back and had 20 shots in the second game. So they're saying, VJ, go out there and do your thing. I think VJ Edgecombe, his ascension, him being this good this early, is going to make the 76ers a really good team. Because you look at the team right now, Joel Embiid's not really playing too much. I think they're still trying to warm him up, ramp him up. But they're winning the game on the back of their backcourt. And VJ Edgecombe, I didn't know how, I didn't really have the most high expectations for him in the NBA because I didn't see too much of him from college. But man, this kid is a bona fide star, and I've seen enough. I think the things that VJ Edgecombe, the question marks that I had and that other people had coming into the league, the 76ers are allowing him to do that. There was a question mark on his shooting. This guy's coming out shooting the skin off the basketball. There were questions about whether he could be a creator, whether he could dribble the ball or set up an offense, be facilitating an offense. They're letting him do that to some extent. Of course, they got Tyrese Maxey, but they're letting him do that. You know what I'm saying? I love what I see from VJ Edgecombe, and I think if he continues to get this opportunity, continues just let him run, let him hoop. I think he has a shot to win Rookie of the Year. If anyone gonna win Rookie of the Year over the Cooper Flagg, it'll be VJ Edgecombe just because of the opportunity and the volume of looks that he's gonna get over the course of the season. Now we'll see what happens when Embiid gets ramped up and gets acclimated, because that's a guy that you don't want to take the ball out of his Embiid's hands too much if he's healthy and ready to go. But I think regardless, man, VJ Edgecombe is a dog, and I did not expect him to start out this great this soon. Not to mention that boy got bounced. He got bounced. Crazy. These next three rookies I wanted to spend a little bit more time on, because we know about Cooper Flagg, we know about Dylan Harper, we know about VJ Edgecombe. Those were the 1, 2, and 3 picks in the draft. Of course, them hooping is something that we could have foreseen. So I didn't want to spend the most time in the world talking about those three guys. But these next three guys are guys that are kind of under the radar. Now, funny enough, the next guy I'm talking about is the number 4th pick. Number 5th pick was the number 5 pick in this draft. Tre Johnson. Tre Johnson, 6'5" guard out of Texas. This is a guy that led the SEC in scoring as a freshman. So coming into the league, we knew what this guy was to what his role was. On my notes for this video, I have Tre Johnson score, and that's what he's been doing exactly for the Washington Wizards over the course of his first couple of games. He had I want to say he had 20 points in his debut or something like that. But he's averaging 17 points per game. You watch him play. He's just very fundamental when it comes to scoring. He can score any way. He's a 3-level scorer. He's elite at going to the basket, elite in the mid range, elite at knocking out a 3-point shot. When I say elite, of course, I say that lightly because of course, the rookie scores are going to get better. But he's really good at scoring on all 3 levels. He can stand out there, be off ball, catch and shoot, or he can, catch the ball off the drive. Catch the ball and attack off the closeout. Like I said, or he can create his own shot. He's done all 3 of those things so far over these course of these first couple of games. One of my favorite guys. I know I'm gonna say that about a lot of guys on here, but Tre Johnson. I saw him scoring at Texas, bro, and I just love a score. I just love a score, man. And so I'm gonna be watching Tre Johnson heavily for the rest of the season and hopefully for the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? If everything works out with him, man. So, man, oh man. The next guy I want to talk about. Now, this guy, I envision me talking about him because when I did my Atlanta Hawks draft guide video, I said, Hawks, draft this guy at 13. Was it 13? We might have had 13, yeah. I said, Hawks, draft this guy. Cedric Coward. Y'all, this guy he's not my favorite player out of the draft. I think coming into the draft, I had Rasheed Fleming as my favorite player. Coming into the draft for fit and how he's gonna be in the NBA. Cedric Coward might have been second. Cedric Coward is exactly who every single NBA team would want on their team. 6'8", Lengthy guy is going to slide and play defense. And the thing is, y'all, he can shoot the mess out of the basketball. He's averaging 19 points per game on the season. He's shooting 72% from three, y'all. 72. Now, of course, it's not gonna stay that high, but this guy can shoot the basketball. And I know that was one of the things that was on his pre-draft scouting report, was that this guy is an elite shooter. He had 27 points, with 6 for 6 from three against the Indiana Pacers on Saturday. Man, oh man. And I think him being with a guard like Ja Morant is going to make his job so much easier. It's going to make Ja's job so much easier as well, because when Ja drives, everyone looks, everyone helps. And if you're leaving Cedric Coward wide open, he going to knock that thing down, man. Cedric Coward going crazy. I originally learned who he was because he missed all of last season with injury. But he transferred to Duke. And I said, okay, let me see who this guy is. And I watched his tape. I said, man, it's crazy. This dude is nice. And then he entered the draft. I said, yeah, go ahead and enter the draft. You're ready. And as we're seeing through these first couple of games, this guy is ready, man. I think, this is a guy, with the way he plays, he's going to legit make millions and millions of dollars. And it's not that he's going to be a superstar. He might be a superstar, but just him being just the perfect glue guy. Like, he's a guy you can put on any team and he'll have impact. Any team in the NBA, you can put him on that team and he'll make a significant impact. And teams will love to have him on their squad. I think he's going to be the Mikal Bridges, the Derek White kind of guy where, okay, this is one of the best role players in the NBA. And I don't want that to be a disrespect to him, because being one of the best role players in the NBA is championship winning players. And I think that's what Cedric Coward going to be. It may not be with the Grizzlies, but I could definitely see this guy being a big piece on a championship team at some point in his career if he can stay healthy. Cedric Coward, man. Wow. Keep hooping. The last guy I want to talk about, Jeremiah Fears from New Orleans Pelicans. I watched a decent bit of him in the SEC tournament last year from Oklahoma. But what really got me was Summer League. Summer League, he was going crazy. And then there was this, people are saying he's the next Kyrie. And y'all know me. Kyrie is my favorite player of all time. So if they say this guy the next Kyrie, I'm going to have to watch him. I'm going to have to watch him and see if y'all just chatting, if y'all just gassing him up. And I'm going to say this. I definitely see flashes. Jeremiah Fears averaging 15 points per game. He had 17 points his debut, 13 points his last game against the Spurs. This guy, to what I see right here, he has a great feel for the game. You cannot rush him. He's going to take his time and get to his spot and get to what he wants to get to, especially in that Grizzlies game. He had several drives where he just really ducked and dived and just squeaked and just Euro-stepped and just slithered through the defense and got to the basket. You know what I'm saying? I love his game. I love Jeremiah Fears' game, man. I think he could legit turn into one of the top scoring guards in the league. I know right now they're very guard heavy with DeJounte Murray, who's out with injury, with Jordan Poole who's playing right now. But I think by the end of the season, this guy should be getting substantial minutes, especially if they end up not being that good, which the Pelicans are not projected to be that good this season. By the end of the season, if you're just playing for a draft pick that you don't have, but let him run, let him go and see what you got in him. What's the problem with that? Jeremiah Fears, I'm gonna keep my eye on him. I know I said this about a lot of the guys, but he's one of my favorite guys out of this draft. He's one of my favorite rookies to watch right now. Of course, there are other guys that I believe should be mentioned. You got Con Knipple over in Charlotte, is having a good start. Ace Bailey, who was one of my dark horses for the Rookie of the Year, has started out kind of slow, but they say he's dealing with an illness, so we'll see how he plays over the course of the season. Kalkbrenner from the big boy over in Charlotte looks really good, man. He looks really good as well, among other rookies that are balling right now, man. But these 6 are the guys that I felt like I had to get in front of the camera, and I had to talk about them right now. I know we're only 3 games into their career, but they look good over these 2-3 games. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a small sample size, but this is a great sample size. Or a great sample, at least. But make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share with your folks. Put in the comment section what rookie you're most excited to watch the rest of the season, what rookie you're happy to see right now. Let me know if there's anybody I forgot about. And you know what I'm saying? I guess I'll comment on the comment section. But until next time, I'm going for 2. We out of here. Yeah.